here?
I'm here.
Cool beans. Cece, I know, is here. Heather, are you hearing okay with the stream running?
Yep.
Fantastic. That said, that note is useless to me. Oh boy, here we go. Let's jump right into it. Can someone give me a recap of what happened last game? And Heather, can you prepare to give a recap of your forum game after the recap?
Yes.
Hildy got swamp sickness.
Sure did. Hildy contracted sewer plague. Fortunately, Hildy was not alone, and someone offered to get medicine for him.
Yep. Gerald was very polite and helped her and got her a bucket, and she's probably not going to be traveling out tonight.
Possibly. It depends on how good that medicine is. We will check in on that as we open up, maybe? Yeah. Create suspense with a quiet moment. What else happened?
Vanya got grandma guilted.
Oh, hell yeah. It's nothing new, but it's great to see.
Birdie got called a manservant.
Sure did.
Bones found a new shop assistant to replace Vanya as part of her payment to Vanya to make a potion of regeneration. And Alina made sure that the gunslingers got well and truly packed and on their way as quickly as fucking possible to get out of her bar.
Like the helpful neighbor she is. As I recall, during that same moment, Vanya got friendly with Melvin Bartlett, the diminutive halfling alchemist of the gunslingers. Learned some things about autolysis and how important that is for brewing.
She got a recipe for a potion of regeneration.
Okay, well, if you want to cut through the minutia and step on my crunchy plot, fine. Be that way. Just for that, I'm deleting one of your invisible icons.
Oh no.
Yeah, that thing you didn't know you have?
Biff talked to Arab. No, Biff went to the docks and saw a marvelous display. He was followed. Well, he traveled with Kong. Saw a marvelous display. Figured out what Monty meant about 3 halflings in a trench coat. Turned out to be
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Pretty much. There was a lot of to do and then Crowley showed up with his amalgamation of a beast, of a pet. And it turned out to be a bit stronger than Biff thought it would be. And when we ended, Karn was told to be on standby as Biff is on the ropes.
Right on.
Everyone was enjoying a nice WWE match, and then Crowley showed up for some MMA.
Fucking ECW ass.
Basically. Before that, you saw a commotion at the town's main gate. Met with some old friends.
Yes. The turtle monks were there, had finally made it. So Biff Biff talked to them and assured that the guard was going to take them to where they needed to be. They asked if they could join the upcoming trek, and Biff said he would ask his companions.
Making some tentative plans. One way or another, it seems they're going south. They might travel with, they might not. Let's see, what else happened last game? Roar, you had some shit you did.
Oh yeah. I was giving people time to go because I don't remember everyone else's in enough detail, other than the random funny shit. Talk to Adanu about the buried cigarette. Turns out he doesn't actually know about it, but he's like, yo, there were civilizations here long before we got here to Omu, and we just haven't known all of them. But yeah, that's totally not ours. It's someone that was there before. There was a notation of the fact that for them the cataclysm came from within the earth, whereas everyone else on the other side thought it fell to the earth. So there's kind of wibbly wobbly stuff going there. Maybe there's a secondary cataclysm that is being referred to that he doesn't know about. It's something that's on his mind. He gave Rowley's adventure log to the commission so that they could try recovering more information and get it archived, because that's what he does now. He got the payout from the commission for the frills. He sold the needle teeth to Thorhack. There was a very fucking funny conversation between him and Thorhack. Especially when Thorhack was like, "Oh, maybe when Bone helps Bones come to her senses," and Roar was like, "Well, she's involved with Cross, supposing to be, coming to her senses," and that really twitched him out. He's like, "You don't talk about that spindly wizard in front of me."
So good.
Tried to commission the cutting and the shaping of the jewel Aetherstone, and he's like, "Oh, show me what you're working with," and bring out the first put up the portable wall. He's like, "Fucking wizards!" I come back out and I place the basketball-sized Aetherstone in front of him. He's like, "Holy fuck!" And from there. Mentions that other dwarves, hide this. Other dwarves that are less savory would probably take it from you, etc. And then Roar answered in kind that, in no uncertain terms, that they would lose their head, along with parts of their beard.
Fighting words.
Yep, and he said it in Dwarvish in response. Roar asked Karn to help with making the magical item for the boat. It turns out Karn might be able to help. It's just that he doesn't have the ability to help today because he doesn't have the spell prepared, but he's looking into it. Yeah, that's a lot of what went down for Roar specifically. He did pretty much. He got yelled at by Thorhack to do the math fucking right, and because one wrong thing and there's an explosion with an Aetherstone of that size. So Roar went off to do the math, but he also has to assist in making some weaponry in order to get Thorhack to do work on the magical item stuff that he wants him to do, because he has prior obligations, etc., etc.
So, on that note, wow, that's fresh in my mind. The math. I would like Roar to roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana, I think it's a +7. Hold on. Can't hold that down. It's +8. 25.
25. Okay. Incoming deluge of information, I am. You put together a game plan. You put together a game plan as you do the math and crunch your numbers. Altogether, this boat project should cost you 1,000 gold pieces worth of magical materials. The wood, the iron, the platinum, all the stuff that you can shed from your ring that you relieved from Zalaris. You have the material. At the pace of a regular person, it would take about 200 hours of manpower to make this work. With Thorhack's aid, you estimate that overall cost, or the amount of time needed to craft, would be lessened to 160 hours. You estimate that if you get a proper workshop set up, get a couple of allies who can work at the same pace as you, such as Karn or Gallium or an equally dedicated smith. You could probably work at a rate of 25 gold pieces an hour, lowering the total amount of time under ideal conditions to 32 hours of work. This is assuming all the conditions are met. Adjusting an enchantment is no easy task. You believe that the effort in the skill will be substantial. Out of character, this is a high DC check. It's going to be a 22 DC for the tool of your choice. So, after 32 hours of work, you can make that check, or you can break this into multiple attempts. You have to succeed more than half of your attempts for the enchantment to stick.
And for a 32-hour thing, that's going to be 4 checks?
You are a Warforged. You don't have to stop. That can be 1 check.
Okay, so you're saying if I decided to break it up, I could do more rolls to give me a slightly better chance. Instead of just having a pass or fail, I can break it up maybe and make it a little better.
Yep. You could potentially break it into multiple checks and hope that the law of averages is on your side. Or you can do some preparation and stack as many benefits into 1 check. If you have assistance, that check will be at advantage.
Yeah, Roar would stack it all up, even knowing that he'd be leaving after everyone else. Gallium would stay behind with Roar and help him catch up, so he's not worried about that. Plus, they're tireless, so yeah, he would push for the full 32 hours once he could gain everything they needed.
Alrighty. I'm going to say that because you are a skilled smith, during this time, if people come into your workshop and talk with you, you can take brief breaks that won't affect your speed at which you build. If you decide to stop your work and go do a different task in a different part of town, either to pursue roleplay or to just, you need a thing, you can end your session there, but you will have to roll a craft check. You'll have to either succeed or fail. You'll have to roll the check, and we'll go from there.
All right.
The rules of the game are set. The dice is not yet cast. So, pulling back into game, back into the proper bits and pieces. I did say that I would check in on Heldy.
Did you want me to give a description?
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. Description of the forum game.
Yeah. So, Bones went back to her house, which is also a wizard tower. Headed upstairs to see Crosp. Fleming was fussing with Crosp about not wanting to be the tour guide for our new Harengon allies and Feywild ambassadors. With some diplomacy, maybe not in a large amount of diplomacy, Bones suggested that perhaps they go see the fight, and then, maybe they can find Alina, and then Alina could trade spots with Fleming. Fleming could review researcher Maria's notes while Alina was a tour guide. Fleming seemed to accept that as an acceptable answer. Bones then did some research and caught Crosp up on all of the lore that we've kind of discovered in the last bit. Crosp has no fucking clue who the Whispered One is, so that's probably fine. They then, oh my goodness. So then they they somehow talked about whether or not teleportation would work and how it would work. And Bones may have come up with a weird experimental theory that is very likely to get someone hurt about setting up point-to-point teleportation at the conflux points. Cross looks horrified, but did promise he would try and do the math for her.
Doing the math has become a theme.
Yeah, doing the math is like a whole ass thing now. After that, there was an offhanded mention about how the jungle is trying to kill everyone. And Bogop confirmed that the jungle is, in fact, its own entity in and of itself, according to his philosophies and his people's philosophies, and that it used to be a kind and nurturing kind of mother figure, but has, in the last, period of time, so probably, could be 100 years, could be 1,000 years, who knows, has gotten aggressive and mean. Bones has a theory. She's not quite sure she's ready to pop that out yet. But did make fun of Reg for not having a very holistic view on magic, as he was like, but no, that I can't math that.
But detect magic didn't detect magic.
Yes.
Yeah, but detect magic weighs more than feathers.
So there's some light teasing going on about, Bones' theory of magic being like, everyone's probably a little right. And yeah, then they settled in. They did Cross crafted, Bones wrote, and then they took a nap.
All right. That covers the broad strokes and the minutia. Thank you very much for that.
I didn't know what would end up being important in the long run.
You never do until it is. Never know until it is. So, with that, I think I'm going to handle things thusly. I would like to start with checking in on Heldy, move in to see what Alina is up to, and then catch up with that cliffhanger that we left Biff on. Who the fuck is calling me? I don't know this number. Oh, hell no. Get the fuck out of here. I'm doing a game. Okay. Right on.
Just answer and tell them that they need to roll initiative.
You better be prepared to roll initiative, motherfucker. Bring my mic a little bit closer to me. A little bit closer now. Here we fucking go. Okay. As we move to Gnome Town and Rob figures out how to set his phone to silent.
I just flipped mine.
Mine doesn't do that. One sec, guys. Okay, throwing my phone out the window. I'll come back to that later. Moving back to Gnome Town. In the tiny lofts in the narrow and crookedy apartments, Heldy, you have been reeling. Your stomach's been in knots. The bucket has had to be emptied several times, much to the chagrin of those people on the streets below. Eventually, the door jingles as the lock is undone, and stepping through is the somewhat awkwardly built, tall-ish Gerald Hopkins, panting a little bit, sweating a little bit, with a baggie in hand. All right, I got some medicine. You doing okay? Oh, you look terrible. You look terrible. As he approaches you, looks at the bucket, kind of moves the bucket away from you, and hands a paper baggie toward you.
it and thank him profusely.
The inside of the bag, there is a glass vial with a stopper. Inside is a transparent liquid that appears to have little flakes of... They catch the light, but they're not quite bubbles. He clasps the back of his head and scratches slightly. Yeah, happy to help. I ran into your friend out there, the big guy, the medicine man. Told him that you're going through, and well, it seems he had just the thing.
Banji?
Yeah, Bunjay.
Oh, weird. Well, I guess I'll thank him. Alright, she'll, not hesitating, she'll uncork it and take a swig.
Alrighty, give me a Constitution saving throw. As you swallow back, and it is hot in the back of your throat. It tingles, but it's more like a buzz as your mouth begins to almost vibrate.
Hold on. Oh, you changed my sheet on me.
Oh no. I think you have an ability that can help with saving throws as well.
Oh no, I got a 19 on die.
19 on die.
I'm just checking what my con is,
Got it.
which is 0. I have nothing in con, so 19 on die.
Rogue's gonna rogue. You resist the urge to retch, and you keep it down as your stomach basically tries to force it up and out. Warmth begins to spread through your stomach, tingling outward to your extremities, and you realize there is a potent alcohol component to whatever it is you just swallowed. As the moments pass, the nausea and the pain in your stomach is overtaken by this uncomfortable warmth, which is really odd for you because you don't really get warm as a tiefling. You don't really get hot. You feel hot. Gerald kind of looks at you and frowns. You feeling all right?
Oh, I feel very warm. I don't know if this is comfortable, if it's supposed to do that.
Yeah, he said the medicine was kind of terrible. I mean, it'll do the job, but you're going to feel like, well, warmed over garbage for a couple hours. But with any luck, you'll be back to your old self in a little while.
That's a relief. I think I'm gonna lay down and hope this works.
All right, I'll get some pillows and blankets, and you just hang tight and don't move, and keep the bucket close.
Oh yeah, the bucket's my best friend.
Oh yeah, best is with the bucket. So, Heldy, you lay back and begin to just kind of doze off as this good question mark medicine begins to work its way through you. I'm going to pull away from Heldy.
Right, I just want to say one thing. I'm having an issue. I tried to change Hildy's sheet layout, and now her sheet does not want to open.
Heldy's sheet does not want to open. Let me see, hold on. What is it, the,
There it is. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. It won't load for me now.
Weird. Okay.
Shenanigans are happening. Okay. You might have to reload the application. We'll see where it goes.
Alright.
Or just keep it open for now. Alright, so, gonna pull away from Heldy, from Gnome Town, and, Alina.
Yes.
What is Alina up to?
Heading back to the clinic, or or basically probably walking into the clinic at this point, because she left the gunslingers and went straight to the clinic.
Okay. So, you make your way from the gunslingers toward the clinic. You enter inside, and Sandra is keeping the reception moving. There are people coming and going, a couple of people injured, perhaps, from partying too hard during the festival the night before, and the festival today, and the festival that will be continuing, they're a little busy. Not terribly busy, but a little bit busy.
I have lay on hands. A lot of it.
You have lay on hands. All right. How much are you planning on expending?
I'll expend 25 points of lay on hands, spread out amongst people, just to try and clear the waiting room.
Okay. So you spread it out and you managed to clear about 6 people from the waiting room. You know, they give you their thanks, and they seem quite appreciative as you basically do what the local hero does. You know, you're a little bit of a fighter, a little bit of a healer, and your reputation it's always been known. But with all the time that you've been spending in the clinic, you start getting remarks along the lines of the angel, the healer, the local miracle worker.
I think Alina
And
thinks
such.
it's hilarious because she's only doing it so she can get Solon alone.
More or less. So
I mean,
you
she
clear out the
likes
queue.
helping people, but at the same time,
Well,
like,
yeah.
it's mostly to...
At the same time, you got your reasons. You got your reasons. So you make your way to the front desk. You find that Sandra is finishing up with some paperwork, instructing another patient, I guess, to head, down that wing, second door on the left. That's the one you want. We'll see you shortly. Do you head to the front desk, or do you head straight to Salon's office?
I'll head to the front desk.
Front desk. All right. So the human woman's receptionist, Sandra, she inclines her head to you, taps her papers down, puts some things aside, and lets out a little sigh of relief. Oh, well, thank you kindly for taking care of those folks. We've been a little overburdened lately.
I imagine so. I'll have to pick up some more healing spells next time I think about it, so I can help a little bit more.
Healing spells, you magicians. Well, I assume you're here to see Salon?
Yes, and check on my charge, Sana.
Sana, not much has changed. She is breathing. Her heart rate. Let me get out her sheet here. And she pulls out a clipboard, looks it over. Heart rate has become regular, blood pressure regular. She's still asleep. It's not concerning, but she is not yet woken. Lloyd has been keeping her company. The mother has been in and out, but Lloyd has not left once.
He's a very devoted parent.
You could say that. I would say intense.
I mean,
Devoted but intense.
all dwarves are intense.
Which dwarf isn't?
Is Solon in her office, or seeing patients, or...
Yes, she's in her office currently. She's been in there for a little bit. I was thinking about going in and checking and making sure that she hasn't fallen asleep on her desk again.
I will check on her.
Good. It's probably better that you wake her up. She can't fire you.
Yes, she can.
Well, good luck. She sees you off.
I will try to move quietly. Like, I can roll a stealth check, but... I mean, it's Alina.
Okay. You make your way. If you want to roll stealth, you can.
I don't want to wake...
trying to be stealthy?
I mean, not stealth, but I don't want to, like, wake her up by stomping into the room and slamming the door.
Give me a perception check as you get to the door, as you try to suss out whether or not she's actually asleep.
5.
5? She snores. You do not hear the sound of snoring, so it's probably safe to assume that she is not snoring.
Okay, I'll just open her door and head in, because none of my characters knock.
Okay. You make your way inside. You see Solon at her desk. She is standing in front of it, her back to the door, and you see on the desk there are a number of envelopes. One is open, appears to be a long written letter. Give me an insight check as you approach from behind.
That was less sucky. Insight?
Insight.
Yeah, it's just a flat roll, so 12.
12. Something's up. You're not quite sure. It looks like she's deep in thought, the way that her hip is kind of kicked to the side and her arms are folded. Just from the position of her elbows, you can tell that she's got her elbow against the flat of her hand. And you assume that she's bracing her chin with her free hand. Kind of that deep thought pose.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem to notice you as you enter, which is also a little
strange.
Peculiar. Yeah, she's got those perky half-elf ears.
Something
Usually they hear you.
Yeah, I'll just say something so I don't like spook her or think that she thinks that I'm looking over her shoulder.
Hmm?
Well, something has your attention.
You see her ears perk as she turns her attention to you and inclines her head. She gestures at you to close the door.
Yeah, close it.
I'm going through a bit of a moral quandary.
That's my specialty. And I'll go sit on her desk. Actually, no, I'm going to go sit behind her desk in her chair.
You go and you sit behind her desk and you see that there are two papers in front of you. One is a very short card, and it appears to be... how good are you at reading things upside down?
Let me check Alina's int. She doesn't suck at it. As long as it's in Common or Celestial, she'll probably be able to read it significantly, like, well. If it's in a different language, then no.
It's in Common.
Okay. So, yeah, Alina probably will get it.
Okay. You read upside down. One of them appears to be just a simple letter of donation from an anonymous donor. You read it upside down, and it's S00. No, 200.
Oh, okay.
200
yeah.
gold pieces.
200 gold pieces, that's about right.
This one you recognize. The much longer one you read is, it's in a fine handwritten script. At the very end of the letter, you see where it is marked the signature of what appears to be a donor. Simply signed P.O. for Poe. She looks to you, brows furrowed. We've recently received a donation from a gentleman whose intentions I don't entirely trust. Are you familiar with a local, I suppose, crime baron, pockmarked Poe?
I'm passingly familiar. He, quadrupled the reward for saving Sana.
Strange. This is also in regards to Sana. He wanted to thank us, thank me, thank the clinic for our work with Sana and her family. Generally speaking, we are not a free clinic. I like to think we charge reasonable prices for our services, but there's still a cost to maintaining a bed, to receiving treatment, to treating the bruises and cuts of my orderlies from things like having to restrain a seasoned patient. Lloyd had accrued substantial debt through Sana. Poe wants to pay it in full, and then some. I can't say I trust his reputation, or his intentions, his motivations for this gift.
DM.
It is...
Question. Have I already
Sure.
made my donation to the clinic?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the 200 gold there?
Oh yeah, you recognize... Oh yeah, that's probably mine.
If it makes you feel better, I know the donor for this one, and I'll pull aside the 200 gold.
Oh, well, that's a bit of relief. 200 gold is it is substantial. It is helpful. I was hoping that those two were not related. But I don't know.
I mean,
I wouldn't assume that-
tangentially, but not particularly.
She studies your face for a
Yeah,
moment. And
I'll roll a
shakes
deception
her-
check, but
She shakes her
Oh,
head. You
shit.
see that her focus is elsewhere.
yeah,
As you tell your white lie or defer.
it's 24, so.
24. She has no idea. It's tangentially related. You see her bring her knuckle just beneath her lip as she frowns. This kind of gold would keep us in business for quite some time. It would allow us to import new equipment from the mainland. It would certainly cover all of the expenses for Sana and then some. But I don't think I can accept this.
Alright, so I got paid a shit ton of money for the mission to save Sana, which I would have done for free because, I mean, fuck, it was Bones' mission and it was to save a child. So, because I got paid a shit ton of more money than I know what to do with, and I get the Blackguard fucking salary, I said fuck it and I donated it through Johnny to you so that you would not know it's for me.
She blinks somewhat dumbly at you. Looks to the letter. This was you!
I mean,
This was you!
the 200 gold was me, I don't know about Poe.
Well, no, not Poe. Fuck Poe. Thank you. I don't know why. I mean, I'm very touched.
It literally have more money sometimes than I know what to do with, and I like to funnel it towards people who are doing a good job and doing good things for the city.
Well, okay. Well, next time write a cute letter instead of making it anonymous.
I know, but I thought it would make it weird.
No, it doesn't make it weird.
Okay.
I'll accept gold from anyone who I trust. I don't trust him.
Alright. Well then, tell him while you appreciate his offer, all of the debts have been paid by an anonymous donor or by the paladin or whatever the fuck, I don't care.
She rubs her chin and inclines her head.
I've already been saying that Sana is my charge. I am happy to cover her costs.
Well, that does put me at ease. Yes, I think that's the right choice. To tell him to maybe take his spy money elsewhere.
I
He can
mean,
go get
don't
his-
do that. I mean, okay, so I'm not the person to talk to about how to talk to Poe. Maybe ask Bones. She would know how to tell Poe to pound sand, but without him being, like, offended.
Right. Okay, I would do that. And she takes the letter, she folds it up, puts it back in the envelope, and sets it aside on the desk.
Sorry to have given you a fright.
Oh, no, it's not frightening. It's, anonymous letter. That's quite silly. Was there any other reason you came in to stop by? To see me, or?
I mean, to see you, of course.
Of course.
To check in on Sana and see how she is doing, but I already checked in on Sana because Sandra at the front desk gave me a full rundown. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, right. To come back soon,
I'm
of course.
overdue for a lecture on appropriate risk.
I think I'll give you a pass on this one. It's for a good cause.
Yeah, so we laid down a somewhat of an itinerary for what we will be doing on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to go check out the ziggurat.
Oh. Well, that does sound quite dangerous. But you do have a group with you. It's just an old temple. It shouldn't be too risky.
Then we are also going to find and kill... So we're actively hunting the King of Feathers now.
She takes a seat.
We're also going to investigate Camp Vengeance.
Camp Vengeance. Oh, snaps her finger. There's a bit of rumor going around in Camp Vengeance. Not long ago, a man came in to my clinic, drunk as a skunk, with quite a terrible wound on the stump of his arm. Hugh Hackenstone.
Yes.
I have not seen him since treating him. I believe the infection is fine. But maybe seek this one out and get in touch. He might know something. He's also a terrible drunk, so I don't know how useful it is. But if we're talking about acceptable risk, arm yourself with knowledge before you do anything, first and foremost, thereby mitigating the risk somewhat.
Of course.
So I don't have to lecture you later.
Yes, I had already planned on talking to him. He was supposed to have been kidnapped by pale dwarfs, is what he is saying. And that is not far off from, I think, where my mother's notes left off. I think I have to go read them, which is going to be a whole ass thing.
She nods and rubs her chin. Right, well, I'm going to pretend that you didn't tell me about the King of Feathers thing. The other stuff sounds perfectly reasonable. To do so with a group of people, well armed with knowledge, yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Do come back in one piece. And, I don't know, maybe later tonight, maybe 7 or 8 p.m., we can spend some time at this fair before you have to go and do the gallivanting hero thing.
That sounds quite enjoyable, and I'll look forward to it.
I look forward to it too.
Save me from my books, because I have to go read a bunch of books.
Sorry, I can't do that. That is, I can stitch you back together, but, the books, no, can't do.
I've only read, 3 books since I was a kid, so, fuck. She just shrugs.
Well, we all have to grapple with, our non-strengths now and again.
Or I bully a wizard into doing it.
Or you can bully a wizard. I hear that's in vogue right now.
Probably. Alright, I will see you tonight.
She claps her thighs, claps her knees, really, stands up, reaches in, hugs you while you're at the chair. Okay, tonight I have to go do things. I've been brooding for long enough. I need to go find your cat friend and see how to navigate all of this.
She was talking about Vanya, about the potions, so Tiriki might be a good place to figure out and get caught up with her.
That checks out. She leaves you to the room, and you find yourself in the room as she goes to work.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to my house, which has never been on screen, but actually does exist.
Okay, so as soon as you make your way out of the clinic and begin to walk, you hear a voice call from up the road toward the northeast, southwest, toward the west along the market ward.
Miss Helena! Miss Helena! Miss Moria! A moment of your time, please!
Yeah, okay. She'll stop.
You slow down, and there is a panting older wizard gentleman who trots to a stop near you. I've been trying to track you down. And as he comes to a stop, you see your 2 friends, the Harangon associates, Purdon and Garabik, are kind of just trotting along behind him.
Cross Bones, actually, told me to get in touch with you. Apparently, you have some books, or notes, or something. I don't know the long or short of it, but I have a few friends of yours. They say that they're your friends. I would like to offer A bit of quid pro quo. If you were amicable.
I am very amicable, especially if it keeps me from reading books. And besides, you probably graduated from college unlike Crossbow dropped out.
He cocks a brow. Yes, I've made my way through an academy or two. I would be... it would be an honor if you were to take our associate ambassadors, Burden and Garabik, to see the sights and experience all that Nyanzaru can offer as a sign of friendship. In exchange, I can look through these notes of yours.
How's your Gilnean?
Quite good, actually. He smiles, and you see the deep shadows under his eyes as he kind of stares somewhat distant at you.
Alright. Here's a key to my apartment. It's,
He blinks at you dumbly as you pass the whole ass key to your apartment to him. Oh, I thought you might have a box of it. Right. Where are they kept?
So you're going to look, when you stand back against the couch, like you're about to sit down, there's a door on the left and a door on the right. Go into the door on the right, that's my mother's room. I haven't touched her stuff since she left, so most of her notes are still on her desk. I think there is a box in her closet at the bottom labeled Kate. If you go through it, be careful.
Careful. Right, yes, I'm quite aware of... yeah.
You're not afraid of demons and undead or anything like that, are you?
Cocks a brow. Oh no. I find that humans are the greatest monsters of all of us. Toward the couch, toward the right, yes?
Yep.
Well, I am going to walk there at a leisurely pace and enjoy the company of Garabik and Burden. It is a pleasure working with you. I will find whatever information you need.
Fantastic, thank you.
Fantastic, thank you. Oh, boys, it's been a pleasure. But as you can see, my services are needed elsewhere. And he promptly leaves.
Once he's out of earshot, and once Alina is sure he's out of earshot, she's gonna look at them and just get this, devilish grin on her face. Did you put ink in his tea?
Oh, yeah. Old ink in the tea trick.
That's a classic. Alright, where are we going? You want to go see the ocean? You want to go see a giant dragon turtle? You want to go see Metal Men? What do you want? What's your flavor?
Well, I've never seen a pond this big.
Did you say a giant turtle?
Oh, it's a giant fuck-off turtle. You want to come?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go introduce you to Aramag.
Alright, so you pick up these two. They walk in your shadow as you make your way westward. Toward Gnometown, toward where Aramag is currently muckled onto the landscape.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we catch up with Biff, I think we left with Verdi and Vanya were on the move. Where were you guys headed?
Oh boy. I think after getting clearance from Edith that she was good to go, I think Vanya would just kind of geek out a little bit about this adventure and needing to pack and wondering if her clothes are good and just kind of speaking out loud about having no idea of what she should need, she doesn't know what to do, and she's excited.
So they're back at the apartment, or no? I missed part of that. I was typing.
I think they were just out walking. She doesn't quite know where to go next.
You guys just walking around town?
Well, if Vanya is excitedly talking about things, Verdi will definitely give them some insight on, well, she should probably have traveling clothes. Does she have traveling clothes? Has she traveled at all?
Oh no, I got rid of them as soon as I got to the island.
Verdi just blinks at her like, why would you get rid of clothes? Clothes are expensive. But he doesn't say anything.
All right.
Be rude.
Clothes are expensive. So traveling clothes. There's a few places in town that you guys could go to, a number of which are in Cherokee Anchorage. So you guys can spend the better part of the afternoon there looking for supplies to travel, or you can move your way deeper into the town, to the market ward, or the merchant's ward if you want things a little more expensive and finer cut.
Vanya has no idea what she needs, so she would yield to Verdi's experience here.
Way to pass the buck.
Alright, well, Verdi, now awkwardly the leader of this little entourage, will bring her to one of the tailors that they normally go to. As I watch the DM move our icons across the screen.
He's having way too much fun with this conga line.
Way too much fun with the conga line. All right, so you guys head over to the market ward and begin to pick up some items. Feel free to look through sources like the DMG or other player materials to find appropriate traveling gear and items. Let me know what you guys plan to buy, and we will talk about prices.
That sounds good.
All right, so time to check in on Biff.
Oh god, there's a map.
Oh god, there's a map. So, the crowd has been slowly and steadily moving back in toward the ring, toward the bleachers, toward the seats outside of the fighting arena. Biff, you stepped in as Crowley called for anyone, to challenge his boy, Mongo. Homewrecker and Monty, caught unaware, were stunned as you moved in to go toe-to-toe with this massive clay figure, one that was sculpted in the shape of an ancient warrior, complete with a headdress and large hoop earrings and feathered mantle and stone armor. You two exchanged blows for several moments. You got in a few good strikes here and there, a punch, an elbow, and knee drop. And then Mongo lifted one giant clay hand and walloped you. As you're sent back, dazed and reeling, and feel that little trickle of blood run down the side of your mouth, it occurs to you that this is not a performance fighting anymore. This is not art. This is combat. A different kind of art. Aramag bellows in the distance, looming just out of sight of the map, chuckling, growling, and grinning as much as his toothy, jaggedy maw can allow. As the fight appears to be turning from fun and lighthearted to something a little more lethal, perhaps, I would like you to please roll for initiative.
promise I'm looking for initiative on my sheet.
So in the encounter button, there's a dice that you can just click.
There it is.
You got it. Karn, you notice that the fight is beginning to shift and change and turn into something a little less friendly and a little more dangerous. What's going on in Karn's head?
The Biff has this. The Biff has this.
The Biff has
The Biff
this.
does not have this.
Feel free to roll for initiative. Okay. Let's see. Alina, you would not be here just yet, but you would have heard about some commotion, some kind of combat happening over in Gnome Town. An arena had been cleared out. People are starting to gather around.
Has word trickled towards me that things have gotten out of hand?
Roll a insight check. Roll an insight check. Or, if you'd like to use a charismatic check of some kind, like persuasion, to get someone's attention, you can do that too.
That doesn't suck. And I can use like persuasion to be like, hey, you, tell me what's going on.
Basically.
23.
23. All right, you catch a small tow-headed gnome. Not your tow-headed gnome, a different tow-headed gnome. Kind of by the ear and ask him, hey, what the hell's going on? And they kind of twist and turn and jog backward from you. There's a fight over in the fighting ring. Well, of course there's a fight in the fighting ring. It wouldn't be a fighting ring if there wasn't a fight in the fighting ring. Crazy old Crowley from up on the hill brought his boy down.
Oh,
He calls him his boy.
Oh,
A
fuck.
golem, a whole-ass golem.
Uh-huh, yeah, okay. I'll just turn to my Harengon friends. Shall we move at, like, triple speed?
All right. Yeah, I can run.
All right.
You bound forward, and they begin to leap.
Alina
they
doesn't
don't
know
quite-
many things, but she knows that Crowley doesn't know that this is all a show.
May possibly not know that this is a show. So you begin to jog in that direction. Your Harengon friends, they kind of like stop in place and then begin to bound forward, leaping with just these long, loping jumps, like 20, 30 feet at a time, kind of catching up with you, locking their legs and then springing forward again. More than once, they have to change their trajectory, kind of stop, twist, turn, jog, and because once they're in the air, they can't really turn very well. And you make your way with haste toward this. Roll me a d6 plus 2.
7.
You will be there in 7 rounds.
Okay.
All right, I think everyone has rolled. You can choose to dash at the top of the initiative. I will call for athletics checks if you do so.
Okay.
If you dash, it'll take half as long.
Sure. Do I need to roll initiative?
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative.
Alright.
Okay. So, you bound and you run ahead. Biff, as you're getting walloped by Mongo, you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye as Crowley opens up his coat and withdraws a number of flasks from inside. He takes a stoppered vial of a golden liquid and tosses it back into his throat. A moment passes, and you see him begin to twitch and shudder, and his movements begin to blur. He moves quicker as he fiddles through his coat and pluck, 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 pulls 3 more potions out. Downs a second one. Downs a third one. That's going to be his turn. Let me throw some icons on him.
I love this crazy bastard. Out of character.
Oh yeah, he's great. Out of character.
From a meta perspective, he's amazing.
Okay. And he calls out, "Behold the marvel of alchemy! Behold the marvel of Mongo! Attack!" Biff, you are up.
Oh, what the hell, Crowley? Biff quickly looks back to Roar. Get ready, friend. You may be needed soon. And then he drops down in stance. This is about to get real. He's going to activate where is it? Stone of Chaos. I don't see the listing of the stones. So we're gonna go with Stone of Striking.
Alright, so you're doing lightning damage?
Yes.
Alright. Yep, Stone of Striking is lightning. So you pull the power out of the stone and suffuse it into yourself. You gain lightning damage to your attacks, and you gain resistance to lightning damage. As this crackling aura overtakes your body.
Biff will then come around this way. Hey, why not just like take a quick shot at him?
All right. $22 to hit.
For 4 damage. And what is it? An extra 1d6? I don't have anything.
Let me see here real quick. Hold on.
What word can this possibly be? Okay, I'm going to tell you what you're missing.
Okay.
He has an extra d6. I have to adjust that to properly include it.
So +2.
Military
6
unit.
damage.
All right. So as your blows strike, you feel your hand sink into the firm, leathery clay. You feel its body rock back as the impact and the crackling lightning ripples through it.
That will actually just be turn.
Okay. Monty's gonna move over, still kind of rubbing his head, still glancing about. He's gonna move over to the other combatant, the wrestler known as Homewrecker, and kind of plant his hands on the dude's shoulders. All right, Biff's probably gonna get fucked up by that thing. We gotta get in there. He's gonna try to persuade Homewrecker to join.
But the Biff has not called for aid yet.
Have you seen the size of that thing?
This one has seen bigger.
Oh, well, maybe he does have this then. Shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Biff, you got this, right? Biff, you got this!
Fucking word.
I forgot you totally.
Maybe.
He calls out. The entity Homewrecker looks out toward Mongo, looks toward Leonard, and he's like, he's gonna hold his turn. Mongo. As you land a blow, Mongo looks toward you, its empty eyes studying you for just a moment. And it is going to... Oh, it has 2 slam attacks. It's going to rear back its arm and attempt to swipe you down. Does a 15 hit your AC?
It does not.
It does not. The ground quakes as it puts a dent into the ground next to you. Rears back its other arm. Swings down. 17 hit your AC.
Does not.
Does not hit your AC. Cracks the ground beside you. You find yourself between 2 pillars of this clay-like body, like 2 great tree trunks pinning you. You're face to face with the thing. Alina.
Yep, I'm dashing.
Dashing? Dashing. Make me a quick athletics check.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. 25.
25. You are fine. You have 2 turns left. Karn, you are up. You see that Mongo is attacking in earnest.
Is the biff still good?
For now,
You see Biff kind of dancing and moving.
said as he's like dodging huge slams.
I'm going to kind of, I'm going to drive the point of my spear into the ground beside me, plant my feet, slam one fist into the other hand as I call upon my own power to prepare myself. As the wooden parts of me begin to kind of like splinter and kind of peel off in like little jagged wooden fur-like coverings, and the metal around my mouth grows sharper, and I'll activate the primal beast form of Guardian of Nature.
All right. You turn into this tree-like entity as you get kind of buff and kind of swole.
This one will await the Biff's word.
Okay. But maybe if Biff is a little hurt, you do not wait too long.
This one will respect the Biff's wishes.
Okay. Karn, you adopt your form, moves over to Homewrecker's turn, who begins to fiddle around and look about and... Ooh, we're gonna take that thing on. We're gonna need some weapons! Some big ones, some clubs, some hammers, some stools, maybe like a platter, like a dish, like a shield. Listen, this is way above my pay grade, man. Leonard kind of pats him on the shoulder. It's fine, you got this. Go grab that table. Not the whole table, grab the chairs. And they begin to procure some improvised weapons. The top of the round is Crowley. Who from in the back of the group? Let's see. He's going to hold his turn, but he pulls from his side. You see a large duffel bag. He begins to pull a flask out, bubbling with some kind of green liquid. He's going to hold his action. Biff, you're up.
All right, Biff's gonna go ahead and strike again.
You want number 9? You're ahead
26 hits.
So you're barely ahead of me on number 9.
For 11 damage. And then we're gonna follow it up with another strike. He hit first on maybe at the dude's hip. Now he's gonna hit straight for the center. Use a key point. For what's that called?
You have multi-attack, so you get 2 attacks when you attack.
Oh yeah, the thing is stunning strike is after that, right?
Okay.
Sorry, wrong. $23 to hit for 9 plus 6 damage. So 15 damage. We're gonna use a key point and use stunning strike on that.
All right.
So he has to
make a saving throw of some kind?
Constitution.
Constitution saving throw. Okay, one moment. What's the DC? I'm looking. Spell save DC 15.
Okay.
So it's a 15. He rolled 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He is stunned. He's stunned until the end of your turn? Your next turn?
Next turn. End of my next turn.
End of your next turn. Okay. With that, Crowley is going to growl and lean up against the bleachers. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get up and fight! Move! And he's going to hurl a flask of green liquid at Mongo. As the flask hits Mongo in the back of the head and splatters this sour-smelling, acrid, sizzling liquid, green and bubbling, you see it begins to corrode the stone in the ground below. It nearly flecks and hits you, but you seem to be just outside of the range of blast. As the acid begins to eat away and etch into the floor, Mongo seems to grow slick and more cohesive, more flexible.
What's the else?
You can roll an insight check if you'd like.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. 17.
You're pretty sure the acid is somehow helping Mongo.
All right.
Leonard sees this and calls out from his side of the bleachers. Hey, that's interference! Hey, you can't be doing that! Hey, ref, there's gonna be a ref. Yo, ref! Calls out, searching for the gnome, ringing the bell. What kind of bullshit is this? You gotta call this! It's going to be Monty's turn. Mongo is stunned. Mongo stays put. Alina, you go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Oh, yeah. Slightly less good, 16.
16. You just make it. You're starting to get a little bit winded. You can make it in if you make another athletics check on your next turn.
Okay.
Karn, you're up, and there's some bullshit happening inside the ring.
Does the Biff need this one now?
Maybe you can go around and stop Crawley from throwing crap into the ring.
Okay. I'll start walking around. Oh, I like how I can actually see the distance now.
Okay, so green is your regular distance, yellow is your dashing distance.
That's amusing.
And if you do a shift, you can make a pit stop. So, like, if you're going around a corner.
I'm gonna walk around the ring and pick up my spear as I go, still kind of like radiating this feral energy, and I'm going to point it at Crowley. This one must insist the Crowley not interfere.
He glowers at you.
We saw them doing it. They threw things into the ring. We saw them. They threw chairs and threw bottles. They used them. It's part of the game.
This one has no response to that.
Yes. Fun. Much fun.
This one thinks the Crowley might have a point.
Biff does not care.
Crowley flicks his long, forked tongue at Biff.
That's all I'm going to do this round because that's, I don't want to burn... I'm not using anything with my action. Sure, let's use that to kind of jog closer to Crowley.
Hashtag Crowley has a point.
Crowley did nothing wrong. Oh, it even saves that you're still in yellow mode. Cool.
Oh. Was it shift that lets you go around corners? That didn't seem to work.
Yeah, hit shift where...
Spacebar.
Oh, spacebar.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
I'm sorry, dumb.
There we go. All right.
As Karn brings the fight to Crowley's side of the ring, Homewrecker's going to jog forward. He brings a chair over to Monty, smashes it on the ground, hands him a chair leg. He has like a serving platter in one hand, using it as a shield, and a large, thick bottle as a improvised club.
Oh, right, we got the stuff. Dude, this is really, really a bad idea. We got the things!
Monty pats him on the shoulder. Hold on. I think I got something. And they're going to cook up a plan. Comes to Crowley's turn. Just how much malicious intent are you approaching Crowley with, Karn?
Malicious intent? I don't know if I'd say malicious, but I certainly look more intimidating than I usually do.
So he, much like a dog being caught eating things out of the garbage and being told to stop, begins to do things faster. And he is moving quickly. He takes 3 flasks out of his satchel and hurls them at Mongo rapid fire. Boom, boom, boom.
The Crowley does not seem to be stopping.
He is not.
Karn still thinks this is like part of the event and isn't quite sure like how seriously he should be taking this.
With his hasted actions used, Crowley is going to move toward the back of the bleachers here.
I like his serpentine way to get back there.
Very serpentine, he's like leaping and twisting and turning, like pushing over chairs and ducking low, his tail kind of swishing behind him.
Very much the fleeing lizard.
The fleeing lizard. Biff, you are up, and Mongo looks no worse for the wear than when you started. The acid is dripping off of his form, and the etchings along him are starting to kind of like melt into this thick slurry of wet clay, but his movements seem quickened.
Biff is going to try something. Take a deep breath, rear back, and blow a gout of scalding breath upon
Nice.
Dex saving throw.
It's a golem. What are you kidding, right? All right, let's see what it goes. Dexterity saving throw.
It's stunned, so I don't know if that matters.
Oh, he fails that. If he's stunned, I believe he fails automatically. Roll damage.
I am currently 5th level. So 2d10.
Yep, it should roll damage automatically, the way it's programmed.
Yeah, I did. So 13 damage.
13 points of damage as the steam billows up around his body, kind of obscuring him slightly. You still have a second attack.
Indeed. With that second attack, Biff is going to get around him. Oh, I see. And attack from over here. I'll fix that cone later. Unarmed strike plus
lightning damage.
Lightning damage plus sneak attack.
Okay, that's an extra d6.
So plus 6 damage with both rolls. So 15 damage
15.
total.
You take a chunk out of his hip, knocking the clay off of him. It kind of like, as the stun begins to shudder off, it looks to the ground at its pile of self on the ground and grumbles angrily. Is that it for your turn?
That is it.
Okay. Monty is up, and he calls out to the ref. Listen, not only do we have interference, but that guy's like 4 times our weight. This is not a fair weight class. I motion that this turn into a battle royale. At which point, people in the crowd, what's left of it, begin to turn their heads. Oh.
What?
The ref deliberates for several moments.
I don't know, that sounds fair to me.
To which Crowley kind of barks from the corner.
That is not fair. That is not a fair call. No!
As the ref deliberates, Mongo turns around, kind of twisting at the pelvis, and shudders for but a moment as its skin begins to bubble and ripple and emanate these faint little blips of purple light. Something inside is changed. Something is being summoned from within its magical core. As it hastes itself and begins to blur with unprecedented speed. Let's see. Now that it has a hasted action, it's going to use its hasted action to make a slam attack against you, Biff. .26 to hit.
That hits. I'm going to use defensive taijutsu.
All right.
Three plus 3, 6 plus 14. So I rolled 14 total, thus reducing the damage to 0. So I am going to spend a key point to divert the attack using Mongo's own haste speed against him and knock him prone.
All right. You knock Mongo prone, you take him by the arm and drive that fist into the ground and into the ground. He finds himself stuck, buckling down to one knee. As he is stuck, knocked prone for but a moment. Prone. There we go. Alina,
Yes.
roll an athletics check. Beat a 15.
Oh yeah. That's 19.
19. Okay, you can approach from the south.
All right. Am I just now getting on the map?
Yep, you'll have access to your full turn at that square.
Okay. This one? That one?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, and I get my full turn now?
Yep, so you can dash if you choose.
Oh yeah, hell yes. I wonder if my fly speed is better. I don't think it is.
I believe your fly speed is equal to your movement speed.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I can do. I think.
60 feet?
Yep.
Is it not letting you move?
Nope.
There we go.
Weird.
Moved.
Okay.
I think joining the fight, it puts you at 0 for some reason.
Okay.
All right, Karn, you are up. Crowley is not listening.
What is a battle royale?
He means to have all of us join the fight. Not fair, not fair. There are more of you.
Is this true?
That is not fair. Yes.
Not
You,
bad.
metal one, join me. My team, yes, yes.
Why are you scared to approach the ring, Crowley? That's all Biff says. Because OOC, I want to keep confusing Card.
I love it.
He is confused. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He doesn't know what's real anymore. Add one more existential crisis to the list.
Welcome to professional wrestling. What's real anymore? We don't know.
Oh man, would that not mean the Crowley can keep throwing things into the ring?
Only if you don't knock him out.
Am I supposed to knock the
Yes.
Crowley out? Okay. This one apologizes to the Crowley, but apparently these ones are to engage in the fight.
As you chase after Crowley to knock him out.
The Terminator chases him.
Oh, actually, I mean, it only takes 20 feet to get here.
Preemptive betrayal! You would betray me before joining me! Ah!
That makes me pause for a brief moment, and then I just try and grapple him.
You try to grapple Crowley. Okay, let me check out the rules for haste.
Woof, the lizard.
Advantage on dexterity saving throws. This isn't a dexterity saving throw. All right, attempt to grapple Crowley.
All right, no. My spell actually doesn't affect athletics checks, but here we go.
Here we go.
27 to grab the wizard.
So I have to roll a nat 20 to do this.
Do it.
So let's
You can do
see.
it.
Let's see what happens. 16 on die becomes a 15 on die as you grab the lizard.
No.
He begins to fumble. Beakers and bottles start to fall out of his satchel. And it seems as though you are going to prevent him from helping Mongo.
I'm just like bear hugging him, and I turn towards the ring. This one has the Crowley. I imagine Crowley just twisting and writhing and just spitting up into the air.
Yes.
It's like a
yes.
toddler that wants to get free.
All right, as you toddler grapple Crowley.
Yep, that's me.
That's it for turn. Homewrecker is going to move toward the bleachers.
Yeah, ref, make the call! Do the right thing! Let us get a piece of this!
The
I like the fact
Right.
that Homewrecker like tries to hype up the crowd and make himself a badass, and then keeps turning to Monty like, "No, we should not do this. We need to go now. Back off."
Monty, listen, we disappear into the crowd. We'll be ghosts. They won't even remember us. The ref pauses, rubs their chin, and there's a ding on the bell. Brings to his hand the cone.
One last adjustment to today's contestants. Seeing as competitor Mongo is roughly 4,000 pounds, it seems only fitting to introduce his master and the other combatants to the ring. What say you all?
The crowd loses their goddamn mind. Crowley, Monty bangs on the bleachers and begins to volley over. Homewrecker pats Monty on the back.
Oh yeah, you go get him, Monty. I'll be right here. I got your back, pal.
Comes to Crowley's turn. Hasted as he is, only grappled and not restrained, he reaches into his cloak and pulls out a flask with a bubbling red liquid and what appears to be a semi-transparent shard of something in the bottom, looking vaguely like a large fingernail clipping. He brings it to his lips
This one doesn't suggest that. Oh.
and downs it. Karn, you feel a rush of heat come off of Crowley's body as his musculature bloats in your arms.
Big mistake. Big mistake.
As his stature and strength just blooms. And he's going to try to break from your grapple. Gotta adjust some attributes real quick. Oh, that's not it. Sorry. +7 to athletics.
Oh no.
All right. Contested, you'll have to roll an athletics check.
Yep. What am I rolling against?
26.
God damn, I need to roll an 18 to match. I knew that wasn't going to happen.
He tears out of the grapple, and he's gonna shove you. He's gonna use his hasted action to shove you, trying to bowl you over and down the bleachers.
Okay.
He's going to use his advantage potion to give himself advantage. Athletics check versus 22.
Oh no.
You are knocked prone as he kind of just boots you.
This one doesn't have Crowley anymore.
But he is not able to assist Mongo because he used up his action and his hasted action. Well done. Biff, you are up. Mongo's looking a little rough. Parts of him are starting to kind of slough off.
All right. Biff is gonna like with the ruling. All right. Oh, sorry, wrong accent. Fuck. How does Biff talk?
All right, come into battle and fight me.
Yes, thank you. Fuck. Sorry, I kept hearing Crowley in my head.
Yes. If you ever want to change characters, I have his stat block made if you want him.
Well, you heard the man. Come and get a piece of this action. For glory of Aramag. And Biff glances over to make sure Aramag is still looking before getting down and trying to actually grapple Mongo as he is.
Okay.
So grapple is...
You're going to have advantage on this grapple check. It's an athletics check.
So 22.
All right, he's going to roll a contested contested athletics. Oh. 14 does not beat your 15. Does not beat your 22. You grapple Mongo and he's stuck in place.
All right. Holding him by the neck, as big as it is, Biff is going to rear back and give him a knee to the shoulder.
Since he's prone, you'll have advantage. You knee and buck, but you can't seem to find the leverage as his sopping wet clay forms kind of absorbs your blows.
All right. We're gonna save cool key attacks for now. We got him grappled for what it's worth, and we'll stop here.
All right. Monty is gonna volley into the fray, charge after Mongo and rear back and try to wallop him with a chair leg. A greatsword's basically a chair leg, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. He wallops Mongo twice across the head and across the back. As the blows strike and are absorbed by the clay, he pulls back. What the hell's this guy made out of? Shit, I'm not making a dent. Mongo appears to be only slightly damaged, comparatively speaking. Only slightly roughed up. Mongo's turn. Grappled does not impose any kind of disadvantage on attacks. From his prone position, he is going to... Well, his speed is slow, so he's going to be attacking guys at disadvantage, but attacking nonetheless. He tries to wallop you to try to get you off his back. $29? Nope, it's got to be a disadvantage. Does a 20 hit your AC, Biff?
It does.
He swats at you for 11 points of bludgeoning damage. He's going to make his second attack. Does 28 hit your AC?
Fucking well, right it does.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. And because he is hasted, he's going to make a third attack. This time, he's going to try to hit Lonnie. Yeah, that hits. For 14 points of bludgeoning. Go!
Ow! Ow! Oh, fuck!
Mongo proceeds to twitch and turn, and there's clear irritation in his movements. From the bleachers, Crowley's still laughing. Pauses.
Oh, no, Mongo, no!
Alina, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna move forward 30 feet.
Move forward 30 feet.
And I would like to stand on the edge of this little railing.
Why isn't it letting you move?
I don't fucking know.
Try a different token.
You want to try and drag me out and see if that makes a difference?
Yeah, sure.
Who cares?
Oh, that's why. Click up here. One of these is highlighted that shouldn't be highlighted.
Awesome. Hopefully that helps. Still can't move.
Oh, what the hell? Alright, so move 30 feet to where? Right there?
Yep. So that's 25
Alright,
feet,
gotcha.
actually. It's even better. And I'm going to shout out to Biff. Demon Puncher, shall we show these gentlemen how Gilneans do it?
Biff looks over his shoulder. Oh, welcome. Yes, sure. Enter, destroy, and then for glory. Yes.
This one thought the Biff had it.
What you?
So I just need to check a thing. I need to check what it is to activate my Radiant Soul.
It's an action by Raw, but I highly recommend to DMs to make it a bonus action.
It's up to Rob.
You know, I think the errata's actually going to change it to a bonus action.
I really hope it does, because it's a really neat ability, but spending a whole ass action and then
Yeah, I'll allow
being
it.
unable to use it
Cool.
always sucks.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Then in that case, I will say a very dramatic prayer to the Raven Queen and pop my Radiant Soul, wings, all of it. Glowing eyes, the whole shebang.
Oh, shit! Hold on.
Too much Radiant Soul! Too much Radiant Soul!
I accidentally banned the character. Hold on.
What?
I was trying to edit the character. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'll fix it. Somehow.
This is because I asked for...
User management.
This is what I asked for getting a bonus action, huh?
I was about to say that. I mean, we're getting mixed messages here.
Oh,
You
man.
approve the
Tonight's a shit
change and then
show.
banish the player.
Yeah, well, the change is real, but you had to become a martyr to get it. What is it? User management? That's the one. Red coat. Trusted player. Save and return.
Oh.
All right, you should be able to join back in.
Yes, I can log in now.
Okay, cool. I don't know why you can't move your goddamn token. I'm sorry though.
I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with having changed Bones' art. I don't know anymore. Shouldn't, but...
When she was using the ruler, it came up as a red line, so whatever...
Yeah, I think there's something
character,
wrong.
make sure you have movement.
Yeah.
You're using the ruler or the character thingy?
I don't know, I'm just hitting the control and measuring.
Oh,
you
try
just
selecting your
use your
token
icon.
and like... Try selecting your icon and then,
You just drag it.
Okay. I gotta wait for the game to load anyway, so...
yeah.
It was a very dramatic prayer to the Raven.
It was a very, very dramatic prayer to the Raven Queen. Why are there two Alinas?
I can't get in.
It says that you're. Oh, it says you're still connected.
I am not.
Yeah, no. When you did the thing that allowed Heather to come back in, I got dropped. It sounded like Dom got dropped, and now that also means Mish. Hey, wait,
everyone
looks like it's
got-
coming back now.
Everyone got kicked out.
Yeah, I think the server is reading me as logged in. Oh, here we go. I
Yes,
can select myself now.
Oh, good. Is everyone back in?
Nope.
Yes.
Red code's still
Heather's
loading?
loading.
I'm still
Heather-
loading.
Okay. Heather, try refreshing because the
It's
application reloaded
just
once.
loading now. It's at loading.
Don't do anything. Sorry.
Alright, I'm in. Holy shit.
I'm in.
So I'm activating Radiant Soul.
Okay.
There we go. Now I'm in.
And I can
Hey,
move
you
now.
can move. Fantastic. I just had to ban you. That's all.
Alright. Fuck. Now I need to get all my shit back up.
All right. So, Radiant Soul gives you 30 feet of fly. You've already used 30 feet to move.
Yeah.
So movement, bonus action to cast. Are you doing anything from a distance?
I get an action, so I'm trying to figure out what my action's gonna be.
Your action, right? You could use your action to dash and then just fucking drop from the sky on top of this dude.
Yeah, I was debating it. Yeah.
Flying elbow drop. Oh no.
Yeah, I think flying elbow drop is gonna be the way to go on this one.
Oh man. All right. Cool. He's grappled. He's grappled and is prone. Does a flying elbow drop count as melee? Fuck, I guess so. Roll with advantage. How high?
Doesn't he have to be okay? So are we using weapons? Because Alina has a short sword.
Monty is using a chair leg. Biff is using his fists. Yeah, weapons.
All right, I'm gonna draw my sword as I do this Radiant Soul thing and just
The
drop
workforce
on,
of today is more fluid and dynamic.
just drop on him from the sky. I don't know why an ad just started playing, but that's fun. Thanks, computer.
My game does not have ads.
No, I think it was another window I had open. A tab just randomly started playing sounds. Okay, is that an attack?
This could be an attack.
Holy shit. I need I only have my long sword stats. Fuck.
You can roll regular dice. So short sword's what, a d6?
I think it's a D6.
D8?
D20 and D6. I'm proficient in it, so oof.
Yeah.
It's a 15 to hit.
15 is not gonna do it. He's hasted. So as you come down, your sword. There.
He's restrained, right?
Roll with advantage. He's prone. Not restrained, prone.
Oh, okay.
This is melee.
That's a 19.
19 does hit.
All right, and it's a D6.
D6 plus your strength. And yeah, and strength, yeah.
And proficiency?
For damage?
Oh,
I
not
don't
for
think
damage.
so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 6 damage. Sorry, the computer usually does the math for me.
Sorry. I could give you a short sword.
I'll give myself a short sword here in a second, but let's get through my turn first.
Sure. Get through your turn first.
So that's 6 points of damage as I drop on him from the sky.
Skadoosh, you come down and you cut a thin line through his shoulder. Your sword kind of gets stuck a little bit. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you think it should. How much radiant damage do you do?
Oh shit. Sorry, like all of my stuff closed. During it, extra radiant damage equals to my level. So 7.
So that's 7. The sword doesn't do much, but as the radiant light explodes out of it, you see Mongo stagger and twitch as the bellows from deep inside grow a little angrier, a little deeper. Karn, you're up. Well, you're prone, but it's your turn.
I'm going to stand up, and is Crowley still cackling?
Roll an insight check. He's not cackling.
He big mad.
Insight.
There's some very real concern as he's reaching out to Mongo and fiddling as his as there's after images of his fingers as he's reaching for items inside his satchel.
No, 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 no!
I raise up a finger and wag it at him. Stop! And I need him to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Oh man. Let me see what he's got for wisdom. Okay. All right. Wisdom saving throw. What's your DC? I don't think
16.
That's not going to do it. He's going to use his second potion of advantage to roll on that 20.
Oh, well, that's my action.
That's your action.
At least you're standing up.
At least you're standing up.
Yeah. I can't really... Actually, 1 second. Checking something. No. Nope, I got nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
Right on. Let's see. Homewrecker sees that everyone is kind of ganging up on Mongo. And does he have enough movement to actually get there? Does not. He's going to get here and kind of brandish his bottle, take a swig of it, and get ready to fight.
Well, I don't know why that said that.
It happened. Alright, so, Crowley. He's within range. He is going to pull out the flasks of acid. And with his hasted action, he's going to hurl 3 of them at Mongo.
Get deleted.
Karn, your token got deleted.
Why'd my token get deleted?
Did you hit delete?
No.
Oh, there he is. Did we lose you in the initiative? Yeah, you have to roll your initiative again.
I was at like 6 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You were before Homewrecker? Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Alright, go check the rule on something real quick. Radius of 10 feet. Dexterity saving throw versus DC. DC is 16. Alright, so I need Monty, Alina, and Biff to make 3 dexterity saving throws.
Still haven't figured out how to do it from the damn sheet.
Alright, Biff takes no damage.
So that's a natural
Because why
1.
would he? Natural 1.
And then a 13. So 1, 13. And 19.
1, 13, and 19. Okay, so you succeed on the third one. You're in good company because Monty gets hit by 2 of them as well. Alina, you take a total of 26 points of acid damage.
Holy shit.
Oops. Monty likewise takes that much damage as the acid splashes across. Monty calls out, "Oh, that's gotta be some kind of technical foul, man. It's foul. Like, actually foul." That's it for Crowley's turn. Biff, you are up. You see each time Crowley tosses one of those flasks, Mongo gets a little stronger and a little more healed up. And now, the splash damage is starting to hit you guys.
Gone! Take care of Crowley, if you would! Is Mongo 1 or 2 sizes larger than Biff?
He is 1 size larger.
Alright, Biff is going to move around in a position where he can lift Mongo.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you swoop around, you swoops, and you like muckle your hands underneath his belly, and you start to hurl. You can try to lift him up. So I guess that's still a grapple check. This will be grappling to restrain. So we'll say that you're attempting to restrain him. Okay. So this will be your second. Oh no, you're trying to suplex him, aren't you?
Kinda. Almost.
Kinda. All right, roll an athletics check. Okay. Mongo rolled an 11 on die. So he is resisting your attempts to grapple him any further. You still have a second attack that you can attempt to turn into a grapple. Turn the grapple into a
heft.
Into a heft. So you can choose to roll again, or you can choose to abandon and start wailing on him.
I'm gonna roll again. There we go.
22. This time around, Mongo begins to flail and twist as you lift him up off the ground, and he is prone in the air. You have him restrained. Attacks against Mongo are now at advantage. Mongo cannot move. He will be failing any dexterity saving throw. Any dexterity checks that come his way. If he should get sufficiently fucked up, he will fall on top of you, Beth.
That's alright, Biff. So after the second time, Biff lifts him up and puts him on his shoulders. Pretty much deadlifted Mongo.
You have deadlifted a extremely tall, extremely heavy construct made out of clay. Your muscles burn.
And Biff roars for ah! The crowd loves it.
The crowd is losing their goddamn mind.
And that will be it for this turn. Alina might need you. Get ready for it.
On your word. I will do what you say.
All right. Leonard's up. He's going to shake off some of this acid. His body kind of stinging from the bronzer that he has all over his body is starting to melt off. He's going to attack a few times. doing piss poor damage. He attacks 3 times with a table leg.
He's worried about hitting Biff.
He's worried about hitting Biff. So 11, 12, 21, 32 half. Okay. He cuts into Mongo a few times, leaving some deep, deep gashes. Mongo flails and twists, and in his restrained position, I believe he attacks with disadvantage. His attack rolls have disadvantage, so he's going to take a swing at Monty, try to wallop him. He's no longer hasted, so he only gets 2 attacks. Takes a chunk out of Monty. Oh, hold on, he's got to roll again. Takes a chunk out of Monty. Wallops the human across the side of the face. There's a crack as Monty staggers, rubs his now bleeding lip, and Mongo is going to try to swing at Alina. At disadvantage. 25 hits for 20 bludgeoning damage. Max damage.
My God! Oh,
he's a beast. He is a beast. He's going to try to recharge his haste. Tell me it recharges on a 5. His haste recharges. You see a purple glow start to slowly bubble up from the pores and holes in his form. Alina, you are up.
I'm going to hold up my sword and point it towards Crowley dramatically, and even though I'm bleeding from my head, yell, "Surrender, or I will end him."
He pauses, looking at you, hesitates, looks to Karn. Roll an intimidation check.
Damn right.
What is Mongo's max HP?
Oof, 12.
12 intimidation. He calls out to Mongo. Down! Down! No more! No more! I yield! We yield! We yield! He lifts his hands up, drops his satchel to the ground. Mongo still twists and bucks and tries to break the grapple. Mongo, yield. Yield! We said to stop, boy! Stop!
Is he not yielding?
He is going to try to persuade Mongo to stop, because Mongo is damaged. And bad things happen to golems when they're damaged.
Yeah.
But the reptile's voice does not fall on deaf ears. Mongo's movements begin to slow and eventually stop. Biff, you feel a lot of dead weight on your shoulders.
Can I roll a strength to try and shift Mongo off of Biff?
Oh yeah, you can definitely do that. Roll an athletics check.
Yep. Oh yeah, 17.
17. You shove him to the side so that Mongo does not fall on top of Biff. Mongo lands on the ground. Body still kind of bubbling, still kind of oozing, still kind of melting, but sits in place. As it seems as though combat has come.
No, it has not, because this is a battle fucking royale.
This is a battle royale.
Alina is going to turn towards both Biff and Monty, and she's going to wink at both of them and go, "Do you dare stand against the Gilneans?" And I'll hold my sword up to Monty. Obviously playing. This is very clearly we have begun the fake fight again.
The fake fight has begun. Yeah. I break initiative. As movement changes to free movement, Mongo kind of shifts to the side. Crowley takes a seat beside Karn, kind of pouts and watches as the fight goes from MMA back to WWF. Monty inclines his head, flourishes his table leg, and takes like a fencing posture. As Homewrecker smashes the bottle on the ground, throws the bottle behind him, and prepares to muckle with Biff.
I'm going to sit down beside Crowley and rub the back of my neck. This one does not understand the rules of this game.
It looked like fun.
Poor boy.
They play rough.
He sits beside you and watches the fight.
This one thinks there is more to this than there appears. This one does not understand either.
He pulls a flask from his duffel bag and offers it to you.
I take it and sniff it.
It smells like some kind of alcohol.
I'll sip it.
It's very strong alcohol, almost like turpentine. He takes one for himself and begins to imbibe. His body is still literally steaming, and he is like, you know those dogs that are born with too much muscle? That's like him right now. Like there's too much muscle on his wiry form, so he just looks bloated and tumorous underneath the cloak.
I look uncomfortably feral, so we make quite a sight in the crowd.
Quite a sight in the crowd. Alina and Biff, roll me a couple of performance checks as you fight with Mongo as the backdrop. Roll me 3 of them. Okay.
My goal is not to win. My goal is to make Biff look like he has the most excellent victory. So, however you want to interpret those rolls, my goal is not to make me look good. My goal is to make Biff look fucking awesome.
Make Biff look fucking awesome. So it's really tough. Biff, you've kind of been through the ringer. You and Alina both have kind of gotten the shit knocked out of you. Alina, every time Biff seems to have a misstep, whenever Monty actually like lands a blow and actually cracks Biff across the head, and when he does it, every time Monty like kind of winces like, oh shit, no, you're there to like get behind Biff and be the ropes, pushing him back into the fight. You end up getting behind Homewrecker, crouched down low. At one point, Biff is knocked into him, knocks Homewrecker over onto the ground. He tumbles and does that thing where wrestlers tumble, like that 2 extra flips more than that's necessary, making it look like a really severe impact on the ground. You both hit Monty with a double haymaker, throw him out of the ring, and it's a big drawn-out soap operatic moment until the two of you are facing off head to head. Just the two of you, with Mongo kind of clapping in the background, cheering you on, mutely. He doesn't seem to understand why he's clapping. As you two duke it out, the crowd goes silent, and you have a moment to drum up the crowd's expectations, either with monologues or action.
Yeah, I'm going to... because I know Aramag is watching this fight, and I know Biff is the champion of Aramag. So I am going to shout out, do you think that you could beat me? You are only a champion of Aramag, and I am a champion of the Raven Queen.
Just a dog howl.
A distant dog howls. Accentuating the performance, that supernatural energy of the Raven Queen. It's just like, oh, that's spooky. Oh man, this lady's like all about death. Whoa.
Yeah, like my eyes are glowing. I've still got fucking wings.
You still got wings?
Biff is gonna. Oh, Biff's gonna pause, rear back, and blow another gout of steam into the air. You dare speak ill of the champion of Aramac, who stands in watch. You wish to praise the queen so much, you can go back and praise her in person.
All right, Biff, you shout out your call and you charge and
This
Biff,
one thought they were
Dis-
friends.
describe your signature attack.
All right, so Biff is gonna do what he was planning to do to Mongo. That he charges, and he grapples Alina, um, brings her in the headlock, lifts her up onto his shoulders, and like wrenches her down backwards. If you know wrestling, it's a torture rack. He just kind of breaks her over constantly. It looks like that he is breaking her back slowly, bending her backwards, and oh, it's so torturous. And he's like, whisper, it hurts.
No, I got you.
And he's just going for rah, rah.
Alina is screaming out dramatically in pain.
Oh no, I'm in pain. My back.
Well, I mean, Alina's got a fucking she's got a goddamn performance of a lot, so she can sell
of crit.
this.
You have a performance. You have a performance of crit success.
That's true. Yeah, I'm selling this.
This sounds incredibly painful, but it looks incredibly inefficient.
Yes. You should use blades to cut the back, not split it like this. You need something sharp.
This one does not think these ones are trying to kill each other.
Why?
Because there are easier ways to kill.
Oh, yes.
Crowley and Karn together.
I love it. It's so good. I'm gonna time it, hopefully, with that crit, just to make Biff look super awesome, so that after, like, when he does his final break, Alina's wings dissipate and her glowing eyes go back to normal, and she just collapses dramatically.
The wings flit out of existence. The light in your eyes snuffed out by the Gilnean. Well, one of two Gilneans. The champion.
The champion of Aramac.
The champion of Aramac. In the distance, a great bellow echoes through the sky. The carnage!
Once he detects that all the magical effects, and he like reaches up and like bellows as he like rolls Alina off his back, and he like just hands in the air, growling, for Aramac!
The crowd loses their mind. They cheer, they wail, they boo. A number of them start booing. The crowd is torn as the local champion of the Raven Queen and this relative newcomer, this hero, has apparently slain someone in cold blood. Monty gets close to Alina. He reads the crowd a little. He lifts her hand up. He taps you on the wrist. He gives you a little bit of a wink. And he raises his hand. We gotta get her to the clinic. She's in bad shape. We're not gonna actually bring you to the clinic. We're just gonna get you out of the scene. And then
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, you got it.
Cool. Homewrecker, over here. Get over here. And he calls for his buddy, the Goliath-esque barbarian. They both scoop you up and begin to cart you away.
Yeah.
This one does not think the Alina is actually hurt.
I mean, she actually is.
This one does not think the Biff actually hurt the Alina.
That's true.
This one is fairly certain the Mongo did.
and Biff brings over, like waves over the ringmaster to call it into this fiasco.
The ringmaster calls. He approaches and calls over his hand cone.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen it here first. A battle royale for the ages, a story for all time. Let it be known that on this day...
Hold on a second, I have to read your writ. He pulls out a scroll.
Is this another Biff Shavatsky beat somebody that was made for
children?
Well, I mean...
Let it not be known that Biff Shiva Grand Poobah de Doink of all dis and that, owner of the one cobblestone in the town square, retains his title of champion.
He raises his arms and people begin to cheer and jeer. Some people are still booing. Some people are clamoring as they continue to revel in the chaos. Aramag bellows in the distance, chuckling, grumbling, deep rumbles of approval. Crowley kind of claps. Karn, you can see that he's not quite certain what the gesture means. After a while, Karn, you do see that Crowley's blurring of his extremities starts to slow, and the musculature starts to evaporate off of his form. Steam starts to waft out from his hood as he shrinks in size and kind of withers next to you.
Oh, out of strong. It was fun. We had fun. Yes, yes.
Karn is just clapping slowly with the look of someone who does not understand anything that happened within the last 20 minutes.
Like you do.
Yay, home run, multi-ball.
All right, so as the fight ring starts to clear up slowly, and bits and pieces of broken furniture, broken bottles, blood, and detritus are slowly cleaned from the arena, the crowd begins to thin and move out and spread into different directions.
Are there any little kids that run up to Biff who want his autograph?
There are a number of kids who kind of hound Biff as Biff is kind of gestured away from the arena so that they can clean. Mongo is gestured out of the arena as well. Crowley is sternly told to perhaps maybe go.
Okay.
Poor Crowley.
He catches up with Mongo.
Organize this first next year.
Biff's gonna have to talk to Crowley to teach him sportsmanship.
Teach him how to play sport ball.
As he takes out a knife.
Is this sports?
Yes, hunting is sport, yes? Yeah.
Where is Biff?
Yes,
Where is
yes. Yes, yes. We know, we know.
It'll cut you.
Oh man, Alina's just like gonna sit on this thing. Oh fuck, that was difficult. I lost my ambassadors?
You look about. Roll me a perception check.
They're gone forever.
They were disappointed in all of the carnage.
It was a 3.
You have lost sight of your ambassadors. You are no doubt certain that they have seen and enjoyed everything, but you can't seem to find them in the crowd or out of the crowd.
Well, fuck.
Well, fuck.
Biff's gonna first go to Crowley and put a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Biff apologized for having to beat up Mongo so hard. But Mongo is a big boy and hurts a lot. Perhaps. Bad.
No, you first.
Perhaps Biff teach you the rules of the game, how to hurt without hurting, how to injure without injuring.
His spindly, kind of withered hand, with its long, gnarly claws, kind of plucks your hand off of his shoulder, and he grins.
Oh, we have learned much today. Next time, better formulas, better tactics. Yes, next time.
Were you intending to kill Biff?
He tilts his head.
Much to do, much to brew. We'll see you later, champion. Yes.
Biff enjoys that is neither a yes or a no. We'll take that in stride. Goodbye, Crowley.
Goodbye. Come, Mongo. New formulas. New concoctions. Yes, more strong, yes.
And he begins to sort of skulk away as Mongo follows. Both of you have really high perception. You notice that he kind of pets Mongo on the arm.
You did well. There is no reason to be upset. No. Did well. Better next time.
So these ones were trying not to hurt one another?
Yes.
Why was this not explained sooner?
Biff forgets that you are not privy to the games of children and adult children.
No, this one very much is not.
Biff apologizes for not realizing it sooner, and more importantly, not allowing you into the fun. Biff did not expect Alina and the others to join in, he says as he looks over that way. Otherwise, trust Biff, you would have been in the ring, fighting side by side.
Biff, as you turn over...
them to come in. The Biff told this one to go after Crowley.
Are you mad?
No. Just disappointed.
Biff is sorry.
Biff, as you turn and look toward Alina, you notice that near your feet is a satchel. In Crowley's haste to leave, it seems he had left something behind.
Biff's gonna pick it up. As dangerous as Crowley's concoctions are, Biff's hands are deft and he is not afraid of breaking them.
You look through and you see that there are a number of different colored flasks with different liquids inside. At least one of them you recognize as a potion of healing.
Biff stares at the contents and then looks up to Karn. Biff is wondering whether or not to give these back to Crowley. Maybe they got lost in the transition and all the hustle and bustle?
They fell off the back of a wagon.
They most certainly did. Into Biff's breast pocket.
This one thinks those things are too big for the Biff's breast pocket.
Okay, so Biff, you have a bag with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potions, all of which are unidentified. When it comes time, I will tell you what those are, unless you want to play roulette.
Not yet, no.
I like that Biff is just like, these are mine now. Fuck that guy.
Spoils of war. Biff, give me a perception check. 12. Alright, you notice nothing else out of place.
Okay. How many? There's 9 potions?
8 potions.
8 potions, okay. Alright, and then Biff's gonna pat Karn on the shoulder reassuringly, and head over to Alina and gang.
As you approach, you see that Monty is currently pulling Homewrecker off of himself. He pulls at Homewrecker's back, and what looks to be just a layer of flesh is pulled off, like a giant mask, revealing 3 halflings stacked on top of each other, riding on each other's shoulders. As he does so, the visage, the appearance of Homewrecker in his hands, transforms into just a loose, billowing trench coat. The halflings begin to descend from one another, each standing beside each other. They dust each other off as you make your approach.
Comrade, that was one hell of a fight.
It certainly was. Biff, you are better at finding things. I have lost my ambassadors.
Ambassadors?
I was escorting 2 Feywild ambassadors when I heard that Crowley had jumped into the ring, and I made all haste.
Biff takes a moment to think. The owl. Yes, Vic. And Biff starts looking up in the trees.
The rabbits.
Oh, the rabbits. The rabbits, yes. And Biff starts looking at the trunk of the trees.
Biff, roll me a perception check. You were searching, trying to find a couple of rabbits.
I'm going to start looking around for literal rabbits, too.
26.
So, with a 26 perception, you do not find signs of Garabek and Purdon, but you do notice as a man beside a stallion, apparently like a jouster. There's a jousting ring nearby. He is currently like fumbling and twisting and turning, wobbling, while his legs are stuck together, and his boots are thoroughly tied to one another. With that 26 perception, you see off in the distance, there is a man flailing around who has the head of an ass. Long ears, bucket teeth, long snout. They seem to be very, very upset as they bray at another very confused person. Panicking.
Alina's the worst.
As, like, there are motes of, like, glitter and dust surrounding this man whose head has been transformed into an ass's head.
Meanwhile, Karn is still looking for literal rabbits on the ground.
Looking for literal rabbits. With a 10, you find a whistle pig, but you do not find a rabbit.
Biff is absolutely sure that they have at least been that way, as Biff points out the ass face.
Yeah, that does look like them. Okay, I need to go find them before this gets worse. And she's gonna try and find some Herringon.
Make sure you take care of the cut. We do not want to add to your beautiful scars.
I'll just give him a wave.
All right, so Alina, you head out to find your ambassadors. Are you two following, helping, or doing your own thing?
There's no reason not to help. She came and helped Biff.
Quid pro quo. Karn, tagging along?
I'm hanging out with Biff now, so I'm still keeping an eye out for rabbits.
Looking for rabbits, hell yeah! So you guys begin to head off in a direction, and surely you find more signs of chaos. Seems someone has been playing tricks on people here and there as the time goes on. We're going to pull away from Alina and Biff and Karn. And let's see. Activate. I'm going to check in over at Crosp's old office, currently Roar's workshop. Roar, you spent the better part of the afternoon selecting and collecting and acquiring all of the materials needed to start your project. Thorak has informed you that he's going to need about 5 hours of your time to produce the swords and shields that he needs for the caravan movement. At which point, you'll have a set amount deducted from the total that you need to, the total work you have to do. Gallium is at your disposal, as well as service as you begin the production. Thorak hasn't called for your aid yet, but it's likely that he will later in the evening or perhaps later in the day. You have the afternoon to yourself to figure out how you want to approach your task at hand.
The first thing I do is, since I have the telescription pen back and I'm in the getting things together to get ready, I'll send a message to Crosp saying when you the next time you see Bones, tell her to stop by her father's so she can read me into the path, because I'm not leaving at the same time.
Got it. Let's see. Bones, how long are you napping for?
I mean, probably like a couple hours.
How long do you want to nap for?
Probably a couple hours.
All right, so Roar, there's no immediate response, but you're certain that your message got out.
Yep, that's all I needed. I lined stuff up and get the area prepped so that I can get started as soon as possible. And I even offer, since I'd like to run uninterrupted, I offer to do the weapon work ahead of getting started on my thing, just so that I can devote all my attention to the crafting once it's time.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So you spend some time at Crosp's office, you do the math, and you double check it, and you come up with your game plan. You send your message to Crosp to catch up, and you don't get a response. So it seems like the best course to take is to head over to Thorax, get that job done first, get it out of the way, and then get to work in earnest. So, you spend the better part of the afternoon over at Thorax Forge. Once Thorak has checked your math, and he doesn't seem to really quite understand it, but he understands the theory, and you persuade him that it's all on the level. You have enough, arcana and math to basically, this is science. Science is science. It's going to work. And you convince him. You have access to a dwarven forge. It's a fine forge, burns hot, the metal is high quality, and over the course of 5 hours, you managed to make, let's see, you were working with an assistant in a forge, you're an artificer, so that's 10, 15, 20 gold pieces. Let's say you make about 10 swords in 5 hours. That's a little more than normal for an artificer, but you're working quickly, and Thorak is impressed with the work. While you're working on that, he is working on the setting and the filigree, the crafting of the elemental summoning magic component, as well as the mounting mechanism. And he's working at a steady pace. Is there anything that you engage with Thorak during this time, or do you work in amicable sounds?
I will act like, as I'm working, I'll offhandedly mention. Oh my goodness! Now my brain is frying because of how late it is.
Sorry.
I don't want to leave the game. I'll start talking about the only other dwarf that I've had a chance to work beside, being Elric Ironfoot, and letting him know that, like, because Gallium is there, I'll point out, he would not have stood for him looking as dingy and dinged up as he does now, and took a lot of pride in him. Stuff like that. Just small talk.
Hey, no dwarf can stand by seeing shoddy soldering work or scuffs on iron. It makes a great deal of sense. If any of your friend is looking like garbage, you can send him my way, I can polish him up. Though you seem to be pretty handy in a forge yourself.
Yeah. I sometimes. I don't get much time in forges myself. Not often, at least.
You don't find many in a jungle island like this.
No, you don't.
Kind of inclines his head and nods. You guys carry on building. So you're working with Thorak on that. Back in Crosp's sort of office. Let's see. Roar, did you set the portable hole back up in Crosp's office?
The portable hole would... it all depends. If Crosp had mentioned wanting to talk to Adanu, then yes. If not, it would have come with... Actually, no, it had to come with me because my materials are inside of it and are extraordinarily heavy and cumbersome to try trudging across the port without assistance, unless it's
right.
It's set up, but it's currently in the forge on a wall.
Got it. Leah, you've been back and forth visiting Adanu in the portable hole. Would you have hung out in the hole while Roar was bringing things around?
Assuming that no one's getting my attention or anything else, yeah.
All right, so you spend the better part of your afternoon with Adanu, talking about various topics. He is a wizard, and you have endeared yourself to him. I assume you've been picking his brain.
Like, too heavy stuff, but like afternoon, but maybe just a little more than afternoon tea talk.
All right. Was there any specific topic of interest that you wanted to probe him about?
Really?
Alrighty, so you spend some time filling him in on the comings and goings of Mercia, which you suss out is his place of origin. He's a Mercian elf. He seems not entirely surprised by certain families still being in power. Not entirely surprised that they still venerate all 7 of the gods. Tectopol, Ruin herself included. It's not quite afternoon tea talk, but not really heavy stuff either. You're still getting a feel for him, and he's still reeling a little bit from Future Shock. Afternoon comes and goes. Evening steadily approaches. Verdi and Vanya, you spent the better part of the day getting items, getting clothes, getting prepared for a trek to the south. As the braziers begin to light and the lighthouse in the distance begins to glow, Gnome Town, the small people quarter next to the Dwarven quarter, begins to illuminate and glow as more lights are lit. There are sounds of popping and booms and not just drums, but things like firecrackers going off. What are you 5 up to?
have we lost Mish or Cece?
No, I'm here.
I'm waiting to see if Mish sees anything. Vanya's kind of leading the way. I actually thought about Vanya and Verdi doing stuff on forum play.
Yeah, if you guys want to retcon some stuff and put it into forum play, you may. Let's see.
I think towards the end of the day, as with the sun going down, knowing that they're going to be leaving soon and that the festival is still going on a little longer. Vanya did promise to get some cookies for Edith, so she would probably see about dropping some stuff at the apartment and then heading over to Gnome Town.
All right, you collect your items, you make your way back to Cherokee, you drop off your things, and you make your way through the long trek up to Gnome Town. It's about 10:15.
Birdie's gonna try and win Vanya a cat.
Win some cats. All right, I think we can cover a little more ground before we call it for the evening.
Well, I mean, we can roll it over to next game. That's fine. It's just little stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me go over my notes real quick. Yeah. So, as you guys make your way to Gnome Town, Bones, you begin to stir from your slumber, and it's a very pleasant sleep. It's a very nice, cushy bed. There's actually springs in this one. You find the telescription journal, the pen, before Crosby begins to wake up. You look it over. You see Roar's message. And the request to be read into the information at hand. You know that Roar's going to be at Thorax Forge doing forge things, and then probably forging for the rest of eternity to make his boat. And by eternity, I mean like 34 hours.
Okay. I'll take the telescription pen and I'll catch up with you. Bones.
All right, you promise to catch up. I think we can call it here. At 10:17, it's a little early, but, push any further, and it's going to be too late. So, as we draw to an evening on this day, 2A, the 3rd of Evenin, moving into morning, that is the Sunday. You guys have one more day of festivities, one evening and one day of festivities and preparation to do before the caravan is set to leave.
How long is that potion gonna take?
The potion of regeneration.
Vanya was intending to spend most of Sunday working on that. So, that potion falls under the category of legendary. It will take 12 hours to brew. Wait, hold on. That's not right. Very rare? One sec. If it means making it easier, sure, it's very rare.
One moment, guys. Okay, yes. So it is not legendary. That would be a level 9 spell. This is a level 7 spell in a bottle. It is a very rare potion. It will be a substantially difficult potion to brew. By substantially difficult, I mean high DC. It will take 12 hours to brew. You have the arcane ingredients, and you have the formula. You have everything you need to make it happen. You need time. And a very steady hand. Or perhaps someone to help. And a very steady hand.
I have 2 skeletons, 2 familiars, and a Verdi to help me out. I'll make it happen.
I think you've loaded the deck. You should be good. So we will see how that check resolves. You can choose to start that project tonight or do it all day tomorrow.
Yeah, she's probably going to wait until she wakes up. She tends to wake up kind of early, so.
Since brewing a potion takes an extended amount of time, you can only do 8 hours of work in a setting. It is expected that your potion will be set to either sit and warm and boil and brew or ferment or what have you, or you'll have to do it in shifts in order to make sure that it comes out right. So keep that in mind. You have skeletons, familiars, and Verdi to make that happen.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'll work it out with you.
Right on. Cool beans. So I will be available to contact NIMs. Hopefully I can work some of the kinks that we ran into tonight. Some of those things are my problem, and some of those things are Founder's problem. But we will figure it out. I think tonight went pretty well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, thank you for game.
Thanks for game.
Thank you guys for playing. Thank you for your patience. And as always, I will see you